Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to the second reaction video I've dropped on this YouTube platform. Welcome to this Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up the masses out large, all of the entire universe right there. Big up brothers and sisters. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning into these vibrations. And of course, don't forget to check out the previous one. That link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, right there and there. Brothers and sisters, don't forget to click the thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. Click the like button. I would appreciate it. And subscribe and subscribe, brothers and sisters, so you can get the latest vibrations as well as help this channel to grow further and further in that regard. Right there. Without further ado, brothers and sisters, let's get into the vibrations for the day. Of course, we have this sentiment, of course, something somebody was promoting, and it seems like that is indeed fake, brothers and sisters. Take a listen. Right there.
Yes, people, it's all about Simon's pure jelly water. Is the raffle is going on until it's serious. I'm just coming from the nature island of Dominica. Got a restock. People, it's only
not the nature island of the Caribbean, the nature island of Dominica.
$25. Accommodations for two. On a round trip. Accommodation for two at the hotel.
So easy, that one.
$500 spending cash. People, you can't beat this. It's $25 for the World Creole Fest, people.
$25 for the World Creole Music Festival. Yes, I.
Tickets for two at the World Creole Fest. Only $25, people. I just got a restock. I'm coming from the nature island of Dominica. 365 rivers. Remember, people, it's the real deal. It's serious, it's signed, it's authorized. It's not a carbon copy.
You didn't say it's signed and authorized by the real people, you know. It could be signed and authorized by him.
People, it's a real deal. Only $25. I just got a restock. So I'm here at the Old House of Culture. Only $25.
Old House of Culture with Agricultural House of Culture. Okay, because that doesn't look like what I know, eh?
People, you can't beat the chance to go to the World Creole Fest. Remember, it's for two. Round trip for two, accommodations for two, $500 spending cash. Yes, people.
Well, anyways, brothers and sisters, I had to bring this stuff out to you guys right there, just in case you do not get scammed by people like this. It kind of reminds you of the passport, brothers and sisters. I remember when Annette Sanford brought that information, what was taking place in Pakistan, I believe it is, where individuals were selling Dominican passports, you know, and that whole issue just blew up. And unfortunately, they had to quickly switch over the Dominica passports to the thing that they have. Man, I tell you, it's truly something else. But be mindful, brothers and sisters. Make sure if you're purchasing your tickets, do not do this right there. Go straight to the website. I think in the near future, I was going distant. In the near future, brothers and sisters, they'll be given like giveaways and this kind of things. I'm guessing you have to be in Dominica for that. But you know, be that the case, whenever this kind of stuff comes out. Also, did they? I think they gave I'm not sure if they did a third one, brothers and sisters. I know they gave a first one where they announced 3 artists. Then they did the second one. They announced a few more, and I think are they gonna be doing a next artist reveal? Because I think people are still waiting for more vibrations. I heard people talking about the one Vibes Cartel and this kind of. What's wrong with people? But anyways, the man's sick. the man need Jesus and health. He need better health care. I come Dominica and next thing they have to take the man to the hospital. Boy, that's not laughter, no? Gasa. Boy. Aye. Anyways, brothers and sisters, be mindful of the trickery and scams that are out there. Go to the website, you know, go to the authorized bodies, not individuals that come in and say they authorize. Go to the authorized bodies and stuff if you want to get one of the tickets and stuff in that regard. Right there. Of course, Dominica World Creole Music Festival is one of the biggest events in Dominica. I would say the Caribbean, but you know that's not always the case. Right here. Well, during that time, it'll be the biggest in that regard, right here, brothers and sisters. So be mindful of fake people.
The Old House of Culture.
That is definitely not in Dominica at all. Where is that? That person kind of sounds like they're probably wanting to be Jamaican and they change their accent or something of that sort. Be mindful, brothers and sisters, of scammers. Scammers too easy, you know. When you can buy a ticket from Mr. Them and then you come and say, look, my ticket. They say, why is that now? You've been scammed. Be mindful of these things right there. So I have to definitely push this out right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, moving around. So apparently this is in BrBpTV and we see some dolphins, brothers and sisters. Some dolphins have reached to the shores of BrBpTV. Antigua and Barbuda, those of you who don't know. I'm guessing dolphins heard that the international airport is close by and want to take a quick trip so they can go somewhere else, brothers and sisters. But dolphins are definitely around. And keep in mind, brothers and sisters, dolphins don't always stay around Dominica. You know, they travel. It's a big sea. I heard some people talk about, it might be global warming and this kind of things there. Really? That's brothers and sisters, that's not real. You know that? That's not real. Anyways, brothers and sisters, that's the point is out right there. Because there's a big sea. Normally, when there's the changes in the atmosphere or the sea or whatever, they swim more in accordance to where they tend to go. So something must have went wrong. There must have been, probably some predators or something wrong, and they ended up there, for refuge or something of that sort. I don't really know. It could be the warming of that area, and they need to swim solve. These dolphins were probably young and they don't know what to do, so they confused. So could be something of that sort, brothers and sisters. Anything is possible in that regard. But I know the whole global thing is not necessarily accurate. You might want to do some research on that. There has been zero evidence of it. It's just something to cause people to, cause people to be fearful. Oh my goodness, what we need to do and these things, because it's another thing where people are telling you that this is happening, and they say the sea is gonna be, rising, and they're the ones buying the beach properties. I mean, just follow the money. Now. Follow the money. A simple logic. Follow the money, brothers and sisters. They tell you sea going to be rising, yet still buying beach properties. They're not buying mountain properties, beachfront properties. Beachfront properties they're buying right there. So you might want to be careful for what individuals who you think has your best interests. Be mindful that they might have their own interests in mind. I want you to not buy this stuff so they can buy it themselves and leave you like a Ted Kalbas in the place. But of course, something might be happening there, brothers and sisters, and of course hopefully the authorities can come together and say, okay, let's bring them back out, or whatever that situation is. If they come back, then there's definitely something in the midst, or maybe this I don't know what exactly happened. The authorities and the bodies will let us know what's going on in that regard right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, we're moving along right there. Of course, I saw this thing and I had to definitely post it right there. Brothers and sisters, during my 20 years in the fishing industry, the fishing business, I have witnessed extraordinary catches that occur rarely. Extraordinary catches that occurred rarely. I think we saw a fisherman catching some sort of big, long fish that was almost the size of his boat right there. He couldn't even put it in the boat. It had to be outside and stuff. So that's another extraordinary catch right there. But anyways, so these individuals in the 20 years of fishing, has seen some extraordinary catches right there. These catches require joint effort, not just one person, but joint effort, as no single fisher in Dominica possesses the capacity to handle such large hauls. Let me tell you something about, you see the big fish the man had there on the boat? You remember that? I don't know if you guys remember it, but I remember it. The big kind of fish the man had, he's not by himself, he do that. No, he's not Hercules. And when you ever see a man trying to reel in a little fish that he catch on his line, you see the kind of struggle let us go through to reel in a little fish, much less for this big zombie. 45,000, but it's carried easy, Anyways, multiple boats, nets, and personnels are necessary to secure and process these commercial catches. Definitely true right there. And they go to some big kind of boats there. I know some, in the Caribbean that tend to go out and do some tuna fishing, and they go to some big, those reels, the fishing net you go out, not fishing net, those fishing rods that have this nylon thing, them kind of, boy, you mad. On average, a van can hold approximately 1,000 pounds of fish, with an average price of $7. That's about $7,000, brothers and sisters. However, it's important to consider the losses incurred during the sale of fish after weighing. Yep, that's another problem right there. Calculating the potential earnings for boat owners, net owners, divers, and fishermen. Remember, brothers and sisters, it's a set of things. So when they have the nets and stuff, I think the nets cost about $7,000. The nets, I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, they will tell me the nets that you use to catch, send out and stuff and catch, they cost about that amount of money. So to get $7,000 in your day, that is something. But you're not buying a net every day. Sometimes you need to repair the nets and this kind of things there. Of course, that takes money. But it's not just buying the nets. You also have personnels, of course, that go under to ensure that the fish don't escape and this kind of things there, and they swim around and all kind of things that is happening when they're wheeling in that netting. I saw it. If you guys go back on, I think it's on Mystelics. I don't know if the video is still up. It might have been on one of the channels that I took down, but you guys can still search and see Mystelics fishing Portsmouth. Type that in on YouTube and see if you get that video right there. Calculating the potential earning for boat owners, net owners, divers, and fishermen involving in these exceptional catches reveals that the overall compensation is substantial. Nonetheless, the average income for a fisherman from such a catch in Dominica is approximately $12,000. That is literally what I said the last time, brothers and sisters. I was talking to some individuals, 10, 12, some people even say maybe 15,000, but 15,000 is very rare. And you have to share that money amongst all these individuals that came to help you catch the fish because you did not do it on your own. So when Skerrit come and tell man, oh, you know, it's 45, the man say catch $45,000 per a day, you know, a day, $16 million a year. That is what Skerrit telling people, you know. Yes, brothers and sisters. So you have to be mindful of what your leaders. Let's come back to the leaders again. Sometimes the leaders want to make things as appear to be nicer than they actually are. I think it's their duty for them to make the country look nice in the very people's eyes. It's interesting that when we are told that we are resilient, brothers and sisters, and talking about the climate resilient nation, and everybody checking, yeah, we're going to be doing things great, brothers and sisters. During that same time, they call Antigua to be part of the very summit, brothers and sisters, of climate resilience. Literally the same name. You think they would invite Dominica? No. Which Dominica? Them people don't even invite Dominica. Antigua, them people invite. We do hear no hurricane in Antigua, but it's Antigua they invite. Boy, that's truly something else right there. So sometimes the leaders might make you think certain things because they are the ones in control of the country, just like how the media is doing in the United States. The media is constantly bombarding the people with fake news, so the people don't even know exactly what it is. It's interesting. I wonder if I can play that. Let me leave that. Brothers and sisters, there's a video that Obama was stating, and he was saying that there will be so much information bombarding. People would not know exactly what to do, what to believe. And it's interesting, just before he left, about 2 days or 3 days before he left, he signed in what he stated, you know, causing the media not to be prosecuted based on the things that they were saying. And that was the birth of fake news. That was, boy, I tell you people, hey, last week, boy, hey, last week. It can't be me alone that know these things, man. It can't be me alone that know these things. I'm like, why did he sign this? Why? I remember thinking about, why did you sign? Why? And then today I seen why, brothers and sisters, to confuse people as to exactly what the truth is. But the truth doesn't have error, you know, brothers. You know that, right? If something you believe has error, brothers and sisters, you should let it go because it's not true. Some people want to say it's my truth and your truth and our truth. No, it's the truth. We can have our truths, you know. Once your truth is aligning with the truth, then that's fine. Because if your truth not aligning with the truth, it cannot be the truth. It cannot be my truth. It's your false, you know. So not your truth at all right there, brothers and sisters. Anyways, let us move on to something else right there. So that's just to let you guys know what's going on. Anyways, there's another on Dominica breaking news. We saw there's a letter to the editor. And of course, that letter to the editor is saying something rather interesting. So a police officer went to the Dominica China Friendship Hospital to get a test done. As is customary, the police officer went to the billing officer to get their documents stamped, since that allows them to do the test without having to pay up front, as insurance covers the cost. Okay, great. The gentleman who works in that office refused to stamp the document and told the officer that if it was a number of tests, he would stamp the document, but it's too much paperwork for one test. Boy, it's too much paperwork for one test. Who you think that create all this paperwork? Not the people you're supposed to make noise. If the police officer come, let me continue. I can't make noise for people that don't want to make noise for themselves. The gentleman who works in the office refused to stamp the document and told the officer that if it was a number of tests, he would stamp the document, but it's too much paperwork for one test and it is a small amount, so the officer should just pay the money to do that. Are you telling him, man, what to do with his money when he has the ability? So what the insurance there for? For good looks? You telling him, man, what to do, especially in these hard times in Dominica? He's paying insurance for him, he using it. You tell him, no, man, pay that money instead. That's too much work for me to do. Pay that money. Look, things in that place there, boy. You whole face, boy. Whole face, we got that. Hey. Anyways, he went on to state that the hospital is now being run by a board of directors, and in the near future, a policy will be implemented to reflect such. Anyways, note that there has never been a limit as to how many tests on how much money it should cost in order for a police officer to be able to access free medical care at the hospital. I think one of the reasons why a number of persons are in the police officer. It's not for them to do policing, you know. They don't care about that. It's for them to get the benefits. So they're trying to use the benefits, you know. They sit down there and get big belly and try to get the benefits. Not true. It's big belly season, not true. Anyways, the police officer sought clarification by asking the gentleman whether the current policy has changed, and he said no. So the current policy has not changed. He's doing what he needs to do. They just tell him, no man, go and pay that money instead, you know. Boy. The gentleman was asked whether the decision not to stamp the document was merely one made by him, since the policy he spoke of has not been implemented, and he said yes. So it's just him that making the decisions. It's too much work for me. I don't want to do it, you know. So go and pay the money. All right. The officer asked the gentleman, what if he or she did not have the cash to pay for... Why are you having all this conversation for? I would not have this conversation with you. If I have the ability to get insurance for me to get free medical here, I take in it. If it's $2 I have to pay, brothers and sisters, I don't pay no $2. You would never catch me paying no $2 right there when you have insurance to cover my $2. You mad in your head, man. You must are crazy. Hey. Anyways, where was I? The officer asked the gentleman if he blah blah that the cash level respective blah expectation. Oh, let me read that properly. The officer asked the gentleman, what if he or she did not have the cash to pay for the test, irrespective of the cost, seen that the expectation was that they would not have to pay for it as per the policy? In response, the gentleman told the officer if he or she does not have the money, they should wait for month end to get the test. That cannot be real. That cannot be real. That's not real. No. Not real at all. That kind of, brothers and sisters, has something like this ever happened to you before? It can't happen to me. It can't happen. Never happened to me, brothers and sisters. You telling them wait for month end to get money so you can pay. Really? Because it's too much paperwork for you to do. That's why you do the paperwork bit by bit, and I'm going to go over the paperwork to make sure that you do it correct. Because you're saying it's too much paperwork, which means you might rush it. Oh, you would have stayed whole day doing paperwork, my brother. Whole day. Anyways, how insensitive. Note, how can you refuse somebody a service which they are entitled to on the basis that you deem the cost to be minimum, and you are of the opinion that it takes too long for the hospital to get paid by the insurance company? The officer should pay for the test. Guys, I don't care. That have nothing to do with me. I am covered. That have absolutely zero to do with me. That's not my business. You tell me, no, I have to go and pay for my money when I have insurance. What is the point of paying insurance? Huh? Or whoever is paying insurance for the people. Really? Oh, you know, all you do things. Oh, you know. I might have vexed there. You know, that's not even me. That's not even me, boy. But all you and it's a laissez-faire attitude, you know, brothers and sisters. When you feel people lazy and there's too much paperwork for me to do. There's too much paperwork, you know. I don't want to do that, boy. Laziness that happening there, brothers and sisters. Anyway, secondly, if management finds that it's too much paperwork on that the insurance company takes too long to pay the hospital, and as such they are taking to pay the hospital, and as such they are taking these measures to help curb the issue, why isn't the information disseminated to the relevant authorities to avoid the inconvenience and embarrassment to the patient? That's exactly what I'm saying. If it's too much paperwork, all you need to rectify that have no business to do with me. You, sir, have to do your job, but that's what you're getting paid for. And you'd say, no, it's too much paperwork for you to do for this one thing. You know what? I would say, okay, you know what you say? No, it's true, you know. You know what you say? It's not too much money. Well, give me the money for me to go and do it. It's not too much money. Give me the money for me to go and do it. Because you say it's not much money. Not true. Give me the money from your salary. Because insurance will cover me. You don't want insurance to cover me. So you cover me instead. Yes, man. And lastly, if the existing policy has not been changed, what gives you the right to deny someone a service that they are entitled to? And to compound it further, you display your unprofessionalism by telling the individual if they do not have the money, they should wait month end to go to get the test done. Dominica breaking news. Maybe your audience can help make the sense of it, brothers and sisters. I just saw this clip. I watched what the audience was saying. But what are your thoughts, brothers and sisters? What are your thoughts on that? The man is going, I don't care if he's a teacher or whatever, the man is rightfully owed his insurance. Whoever paying insurance, maybe he paying insurance from his salary, whatever. You then telling the man that he needs to pay it from his pocket when he have insurance and is rightly entitled to it. That person needs to be fired. I would not be a good prime minister. Well, I'll probably be a good prime minister, brothers and sisters. I'll be a good prime minister, Because when I see mediocrity happening and people just willfully do it, that person not fearful of losing their job. That's why. They're not fearful of losing their job. That's why they can come and say there's foolishness there. I ask him to speak to supervisor. What? No. And you can't say, okay, you'll do the people. No. What if somebody else come and you do the same thing to the person? If it's me you do that to, I ask him to speak to your supervisor. And then bring in my concerns known to what you just told me there. You cannot be working there and trying to take away and talking about the hospital. You so care about the hospital already have much service. You so care about the hospital getting its money. You trying to take away my entitled benefit. Nah, man. It's either you pay for it or the insurance pay for it, but I know I'm not paying for it. That is a fact. How are you so bold, so boy? Boy, that person need to be fired forthwith with immediate effect, because that person can do that to somebody else right there. Very interesting times that we're living in, brothers and sisters. The man care about the hospital getting paid, but that have no business with me, father. When the hospital get paid next year, government that's supposed to cover it and they're paying you 2 years free. That had nothing to do with me. I'm covered. I come for my usage of this stuff, and that's it. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through. And of course, brothers and sisters, like I indicated before, click the thumbs up button. Check the links in the first comment in the comment box below for more vibrations. And of course, with that said right there, it's about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real. Salute the king. Be positive.